From the field to the studio to your eyes and ears, we are back. The 816 hour. Keegan, how are you doing?
Amazing, I say it every time. I feel like I do, but I've been in a huge football mood. I might have said this last time. But I don't know. I just been like...
Keegan's in a football mood, folks.
I feel it's all I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, and it's because the Royals stink, so I'm like not much into
Gives
baseball.
you something to look forward to in a way.
I've been waiting.
Because you can't really look forward to Royals games right now.
I saw a thing today, not even though we're not talking about just the Chiefs. It was like, it's kind of sad that we only get to see Mahomes play like 16 or 17 times a year.
It's truly very sad.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it actually, like, gosh, Patrick Mahomes only plays football for a stint of a year.
Only 19 days.
Exactly.
Out of
and that's it.
365.
That's it.
I need more.
That's all I need. 1-5 on the field, playing football. I need it.
I heard, actually, real quick, George Kittle said he wants an extra bye because they got that extra game,
They probably should.
Think about...
The preseason.
This mic hates me, bro. Think about...
You'll always have problems with that mic. I'm telling you.
When I sat over here, it literally was like this way. I'm like, did Carter just mess with it like on purpose?
I think Carter's just sabotaging out here.
He's like, man, one of us has got to go. I got to be the better one. Got to sasabotage Keegan.
We're gonna make cuts at some point. I'm not gonna be the one cut. Point
He's
like,
I know at
period.
some point I know we're gonna have to make changes, and it's not gonna be me.
Whenever it comes down to money, I'm gonna make sure I get mine. But
Carter's
no,
just over here planning everything.
Hey, honing it back in today. Sitting down, kind of a free podcast. I know, not real, no real structure to it, but the Panthers quarterback situation. I know it's one of the biggest things in the NFL right now. Kind of, what are they doing?
Big question mark.
Sit down, talk ball. Let's get right into it.
When's the last time a team had this big of a question mark going into the season at the QB position?
When was the last time a team was this unsure about a quarterback position in this, like, with the amount of quarterbacks they have on roster already?
I mean,
You have Sam Darnold that you signed to the big deal.
We're now past the draft.
2 years ago. Right, last year, I'm sorry.
Last year was the first year.
You have Matt Corral, who you drafted.
Just drafted.
In the fourth round?
Third round, I think.
Third or fourth round.
No, third QB. I don't even know. Something like that.
Out of Ole Miss.
Yep.
High ceiling, in my opinion. The second. I had him as I actually had him as my first quarterback in this year's class. So big fan of Matt Corral. PJ Walker on roster, another guy that started a couple games last year.
Last few years.
Was the MVP of the XFL whenever that wasn't alive.
Big XFL guy.
But Cam Newton, we've seen that he's been the Panthers.
Brought him back last year.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield, there's been talks of him coming.
I'll hit on the Baker thing. So obviously they have a QB, question mark like we said. So with Baker, I saw that report, so everyone's caught up, that they're interested in Baker, but the money and the contract is the problem.
They want Cleveland. They're already paying Sam Darnold $18 million.
I mean, he's on a number 2 pick overall contract.
Exactly.
They accepted his 5th-year option before he even played a snap with them.
And I wasn't a big fan of that move at all, actually.
So now you have to...
You eat that contract. You have the question...
See, this is the problem. You could easily say, as the GM... If you're in the shoes of the GM of the Panthers and the head coach, you're in totally 2 different shoes, because if I'm the GM, I just let Sam Darnold run with Sam Darnold one more year.
Oh, yeah.
After that, figure it out, know. But with Matt Rule, this man's fighting for his job.
This is his last
I can just
year.
throw Sam Darnold out there and hope for the best. And you got to find the QB that can put, they got to get like 7, 8, 9 wins this year for him to keep his job, because Carolina fans are calling for his head.
This is the year, if you're a Panthers fan, that you had hoped for. Not that the situation of like trying to figure out your quarterback, but the Panthers aren't in a win now mode, don't get me wrong, but this might be the best situation for the Panthers to make a push to win something. Think about it. Tom Brady, brand new head coach, Todd Bowles. You got Atlanta. Marcus Mariota hasn't been an NFL starter for a majority of the years that he's been in the NFL for the past couple of years. Who's the last team in that division? The Saints.
Yeah.
Saints with a brand new head coach, without Sean Payton for the first time in a decade.
Forever.
Jameis Winston.
On a 1-year deal.
Who knows what he's going to do.
Injury.
Michael Thomas, we still don't know the extent of his injury.
That's a really good point. Yeah,
and the
future, I mean, if you get the QB right, this could be your division when Tom leaves.
Don't get me wrong. I think Tampa Bay still wins this division, even with Bruce Arians out of there. TB12, that's all I have to say on that. But the Panthers, their defense is solid. We've seen them as a top defense in the NFL.
That roster is good.
We've seen the wide receiver, DJ Moore. He just got a big extension. Robbie Anderson.
Which has a little bit of question marks at the moment.
Yeah, I'm starting to more and more dislike Robbie Anderson as he opens his mouth. I'm just gonna say
we'll wait for the year if he plays or not.
I love
if he retires. It's not gonna be.
Yeah. I love Tommy Tremble. Their tight end.
Yeah, we talked about him. Terrence Marshall Jr.
Another guy, watch out, breakout year for that guy. Biggest thing for me, there's one guy, I don't know if you've heard of him. When healthy, he is arguably the best running back in all of football. Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
A little running back out of Stanford.
Can win you some ball games.
He catches the ball sometimes. He also rushes the ball. I don't know if it's like good, but 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving last time he played a full season. He's an X factor. When he's on the field, I truly don't think there's a better, not more versatile, but like a player that could take a game over, change a game for you.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I mean, that team is. I mean, when I think of the Panthers and you think of Sam Darnold, it's like, oh, but then you think Christian McCaffrey,
DJ Moore.
I mean, those two are going to win you some games.
Brian Burns, Jeremy Chin on the defensive side of the ball.
Those four guys right there. Those four guys. I mean, every single one of them can win you a game. So it's like,
where's Stephon Gilmore go? Did he sign somewhere yet?
Indy,
that's right. God, I couldn't think of that one. But. Do you just want to jump into the quarterback situation?
Yeah.
To go straight into it, Sam Darnold last year as a starter, 4-7, 59.9 completion percentage, 2,500 yards passing, 9 touchdowns to 13 interceptions. Career, he's a 17-32 starter. Touchdown to interception ratio is 54-52. Second overall pick. Number 1 high school prospect coming out.
Yeah.
Whenever he went to USC, we've seen flashes.
We have.
Definitely have.
The Panthers started 3-0 last year. Sam Darnold was looking good.
He was the second overall pick for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Watching Sam Darnold, I think we mentioned before, watching Sam Darnold in college was really fun.
He was so much fun to watch. But you just...
You buying or selling on Sam Darnold for the 2022 season? I'm selling. And last year, last year, you're on the Jets. I was like, oh, he's on the Jets. Adam Gase. Last year, they traded for him. I'm like, I like this. Mm-hmm. I think Sam Darnold, year 2, I'm going to have to give up on him. I'm selling. I'm not saying he shouldn't be the QB1 because how bad that roster is, but if I'm the coach, I'm not rolling with Sam Darnold this year.
So the only way I'm not rolling with Sam Darnold is if Jimmy Garoppolo is my quarterback.
See, that's the thing, is if you care about money, because you could be playing. Are you going to play a guy that's making $16 less million than Sam Darnold? Or I don't know how much the big difference is, but you know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Money talks. So.
Money definitely does talk. The biggest thing for the Panthers is going to be that cap space. I don't know how much they're sitting at or anything.
I mean, he's fighting for his job, so he could go with another guy.
He might just to be like, you know what, Sam didn't work out. Let's try Jimmy. Let's figure it out.
I mean, it's hard because they got OTAs, training camp, and preseason to figure it out. But it's also, in my mind, I'm thinking they don't figure it out even this season. I think this will have. I'm going to get ahead of myself. I think they go in the year with Darnold at QB1. Mm-hmm. Got to roll with him. He's had the talent. He's getting paid the money. You trust Matt Rule's offense right now with McCaffrey and DJ Moore all around, like you said. I roll with Sam Darnold. My guess is he plays poorly. They're not where they want to be. They go with Matt Corral, who I think I'm a believer in Matt Rule, so I think Matt Corral and the Matt Rule offense would be cool.
I want to say that as well. I'm just going to tell you this, and whenever I tell you this, it's going to be like hitting a brick wall. You're only thinking of that because we enjoyed watching Matt Rule in college. We know in Matt Rule's offense in college, if Matt Corral was there, think of how good that team could have been at Baylor. Like, think of how much better it would have been, actually.
He had a Baylor QBs just looking fun.
Yo, who was their quarterback? Oh, my.
I don't even know.
Oh, I forget his name off the top. For some reason, I thought it was Brock Purdy, but I know he was at Iowa State.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't remember. It was a white guy. I know that.
Yeah,
But
I don't even know.
who they had the big shootout against Oklahoma in the Big 12 championship.
Yep.
Everything. He has these.
They were like top tier Big
They
12
were that team
for 2 or 3 years.
And he makes that jump to the NFL. Both of us. I mean, I think that's another thing that me and you both flaw at. Whenever a college coach kind of goes into the NFL, we are in love with
Just
it.
anyone, just based off
Chip
the
Kelly.
name.
Chip Kelly. When I tell you I have never been more excited for an NFL head coach than Chip Kelly when he came in the league.
Offense?
Chip Kelly, he's going to run all over NFL defenses. The NFL's not going to know what happens. He just runs fast. He just gets quick players. Absolutely nothing.
That man ran his scheme no matter what. I remember
ruined the Eagles.
Dude, oh my goodness. He traded LaShawn McCoy for Kiki Alonso. And I remember on Thanksgiving Day, they didn't have a QB, and he runs the option, obviously.
Yeah.
And they ran Mark Sanchez, and I remember...
Mark Sanchez running the option.
I remember Mark Sanchez just tore it up on Thanksgiving Day.
Golly, that would have been a sight to see.
I don't remember what year or whatever, but I just remember him and LaShawn were just killing it in the option.
I love it. But see, to go back on track, I'm sorry. When you were talking about that, it actually got me thinking. A lot of these NFL teams are doing the bridge quarterback to these next guys.
Yep, that's the thing.
If I'm the Panthers, I'm still mad about the Sam Darnold picking up his second year or the next option after not seeing him play.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. You have to be upset about
18
that.
$18 million.
That's a lot of money to give to a quarterback you don't know that's going to be your franchise guy.
Bench for most of your half the season this year.
Exactly. I don't know if Sam Darnold has the not credentials, not the credibility, but the ability to be the mentor for Matt Corral also. I know he's the number 2 overall pick. I know he was a top prospect coming out of high school. He just hasn't proven it in the NFL. Alex Smith, who else has kind of been that bridge quarterback? Alex Smith is obviously the biggest one that comes to mind.
Yeah, because he actually mentored. But, I mean, you're going to have guys in there that just compete. Like, you heard Joe Flacco. You heard...
Joe Flacco with Drew Lock. He said, it's not my job. Who
just did that?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to think.
Oh, my gosh.
It wasn't Chicago.
Who just drafted QB in the first round?
That was the Steelers. They were the only team to draft a quarterback in the first. Was it? It wasn't Mitch.
No, because he didn't know about them drafting a QB, but it was. Someone just said... Oh my god!
Oh, it was Ryan Tannehill about Malik Willis. There it is.
Yes. Oh, Carter's sitting over there knowing the answer. Why does he know the answer?
It's Carter. Things that Carter shouldn't know, he knows about
one thing
football.
He knows about football.
But if I ask him who the tight end for the Chiefs is, never mind. Obviously, everyone knows that. But Carter, who's the second wide receiver for the Chiefs in your opinion? This is an opinion question. It won't be wrong. Look at that. I love that pick, actually.
Who's wide receiver 1? He's got MDS, wide receiver 1.
All right, we're jumping back on track. I'm sorry. But I just don't think Sam Darnold has the capability of being that bridge quarterback to Matt Corral, but I think Matt Corral is the franchise quarterback of the Panthers. I don't know if we'll see Matt Rule being able to coach Matt Corral.
Yeah, I mean, they could very well fire him.
I hate to say it.
They probably will.
I hate to say it.
I saw a thing where, like... he was at Temple, and they were bad his first 2 years. In that third year, they took off. They went like 9-3, 8-4. Baylor second year, pretty bad. That third year went 11-1. Gosh. So now it's his third year. Obviously, like we were mentioning, NFL is a little different. But I mean, that third year has got to be a jump. But
it's got to be.
I don't see it. But obviously, we'll jump back in the QB situation. Darnold. I want to believe in him. Yeah, I do.
I really do.
And like we mentioned 1,000 times, you got C-Mac, you got DJ Moore.
You have the
How
weapons.
can you not find a QB that...
The biggest thing on your offense you've still yet to find. I don't get it.
Like, with looking at that team, like with the defense, how they played, and the supporting cast and offense, I would think a mediocre QB could get them to the playoffs.
You would think just a solid quarterback at that rate.
Above average QB, like a Jimmy G. Honestly, I'm not saying that would be the answer.
You throw Kirk Cousins as the quarterback of this team, they're a playoff team year in and year out, and that is the most. And in my opinion, I think a lot of people view Kirk Cousins as the most average quarterback in the NFL.
He's the most underrated quarterback.
So underrated. He just does everything well. To quickly go over Baker Mayfield's stats from last year, I mean, did he play much better than Sam Darnold. He went 6-8, 3,000 passing yards, 17 touchdowns to 13 interceptions. Note, Odell Beckham Jr. Note, Jarvis Landry.
Offensive line had issues.
Great offensive line.
Nick Chubb missed some time.
But Chubb was there. Kareem Hunt was there.
You also got to remember that Baker literally couldn't throw.
That's also true.
Towards the end of the year. Was it his throwing shoulder?
It was his throwing. Yeah, I want to say so.
I think we talked about that before. Like, he literally couldn't, didn't have surgery till the end of the year, so.
Maybe it was his non-throwing, because I don't know if you'd be able to throw, not, like, with it torn.
I don't know.
Whatever it was.
It was something that he couldn't. It probably was his left shoulder, but something he couldn't do, like, right then and there, so he waited till the end of the year, but he was, like, in much pain, so.
And, I mean, another thing that
he's been so inconsistent. Like, he's been in the NFL for 4 years. You see, year one, broke the rookie record for touchdown passes. Year two, throws more interceptions than touchdowns. And then, year three, not too bad.
Yeah.
Browns get the playoffs this year, fall off the train tracks again.
I mean, shoot, the Browns were a game away from being in the AFC Championship 2 years ago with Baker Mayfield.
They were, and they lost to Chad Henne.
Exactly.
Brown fans are very scared now that I mentioned Chad Henne.
Gotta be.
Now talking about QB, Chad Henne. That's where the Panthers should go.
Another thing we got to think about for the Browns, I know it's kind of a sensitive subject, but maybe Deshaun Watson isn't going to play in the NFL. Maybe he never suits up again. What if they're just keeping Baker in case Watson doesn't?
For them? Does Baker play? Baker doesn't play for him.
So Baker hasn't been at training camp or any of the OTAs.
Excused,
exactly, because of the shoulder and all that. But we all know it's not because of the shoulder. It's because the Browns don't want.
Like, he's had interviews, been on podcasts. He's like, well, it is what it is, but I'm hurt and I want to move on. It's just I did what I did for Cleveland.
He's done with it. He wants out of Cleveland. I don't know if Cleveland is going to move off of him, though. I know they have Jacoby Brissett. I want to say they have Case Keenum still as well.
Maybe. But Jacoby Brissett looked like that guy that they brought in case the other two QBs can't go.
I don't know if it's
talking about a QB situation. The Browns QB situation is a mess.
It's another one we can go over. We'll go over that next week. So I know we didn't really hit on Jimmy. Do you want to talk about Jimmy?
They've been interested in him, but he's just paid so much, even more than Baker, like double times.
It's crazy.
So I don't know. I think Jimmy would be a great fit for Carolina, but with the money, I'd probably go with Baker. Simply, okay. I'm putting I'm Matt Rule. Like I mentioned, I'm rolling with Sam because of the money. He's getting paid like $18 million this year.
Okay.
I don't want to take on another QB contract because then I'm worried about two huge guys on a contract, and then I really have to worry about money playing a guy.
And then you got to be like, I have to play the right guy.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm just rolling with Sam, believing in my offense with C-Mac healthy, but I think Matt Corral by week 6, 7, he's that guy.
We need to get that over-under of rookie quarterbacks out.
We do. I think... When does Matt Corral make his first start,
So let me quickly pull up the Panthers stat. Panthers.
You're high on the Panthers this year. Like you were talking about this not too long ago. Their schedule.
I had them at like a 8. What did I say? 8-9 win team.
Yeah, I just think I don't know. Like I told you got Brian Burns. You got.
Oh, you want to hear something fun?
What?
Guess who the Panthers open up the season with?
Oh, is it the Browns? It is the Browns in Cleveland.
No, it's in Carolina.
Oh, it's in Carolina.
But imagine Cleveland comes to Baker's house in Carolina and have to play in week 1.
Cooler with Watson, but it's not going to be with Watson.
After we watch Russell Wilson return to Seattle to play Drew Lock.
We will that next.
There could be a lot of storylines week 1. So they go Browns, they go Giants, Saints, Cardinals, 49ers. First 5 games, personally, that's very tough.
1-4.
I have them pulling out 2 of those.
They're okay on that schedule. There's a lot of ifs.
No, there's a lot of games that are just up in the air, in my opinion.
I mean, obviously there's with every team, but C-Mac hasn't been healthy in 2 years.
Exactly. We don't know when
you counting on him playing 16 games. It's just
very true. Also, but looking at it, if you roll Sam Darnold, this is very bold. If you come out week 2 against the Giants You stink it up. You start the year 0-2 and you lost a game to the Giants. I think you go Matt Corral week 3.
You think that early after
I
2
think
games?
week 3. Because then you're back at home against the
Because-
Saints.
No, true.
That I just feel like starting or
Versus the Saints though is tough.
but
because
see, then you
gotta
go
be-
Cardinals. You want to start them against the Cardinals?
No.
You want to start them against the 49ers the week after?
No.
Okay, we'll wait to the Rams till the week after that.
All right, he might just have to sit the whole season.
But listen to
no, that's what no, I agree. You got to put him in the right situation too.
Yeah, exactly. And after the Rams, it doesn't get any easier. You go to the Bucks. The Bucks come to town. And then after that, you get the Falcons on the road.
That's
the
where I would play
Bengals on the road. The Ravens on the road. Like the Panthers definitely have a rough schedule, and I can get behind that. I know I kind of was pulling for them a bit. I'm a closet Panthers fan, Keegan. We know this. We know this. But I think week 3, we see Matt Corral. I'm going to put it out there. Week 3.
I mean, there's really no point to play Sam besides
Hope.
he's your best hope.
Fingers crossed.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
A guy we haven't even
He's
talked.
getting paid the most. Is pretty much.
A guy we haven't even talked about at all is Cam Newton. Is he an option? I don't think so.
I already seen stuff. They probably won't bring him back.
I don't think they will. I don't want him to. I think the Cam Newton thing.
I think Cam Newton's career is over.
It wasn't sad to see it in Carolina that last year, but in a way, it was like, gosh, like this is what Cam Newton is now. It sucks to say.
It was cool to see him back, and then he scores a touchdown. I'm back.
He does the super cam and all that.
I think he obviously wants to go out there and play, but hearing him talk even after that season, I think he just wanted to prove that he could go out there one more time.
Oh, exactly.
And I don't think he wants to be a backup, so I don't think anyone's going to sign him.
I can get behind that. Last name I'm going to go throw out there because we're getting up there in time, and who knows? Colin Kaepernick. Raiders gave him a shot.
He had a workout, and
he had a great workout, I guess.
Yeah, it did go great. Out of all the teams, of course, it's the Raiders.
Think about that, though. Is Colin Kaepernick an option? The Panthers have a lot of options.
See,
they have to make the right move, though.
Why aren't Kaepernick in the league? And I think it's because he was just bad last time.
He wasn't a good quarterback in the NFL.
At one point, he was a dog. He was so fun to watch.
I think the NFL moved away from his game, and now they're transitioning. He was a couple years too early. I think the NFL then kind of moved away from the rushing quarterback, and it kind of went back to that pocket, and now it's back to that mobile, agile, stretch the field. He lost that agility and all that. But I think
Kaepernick should be a backup in the league. Maybe. I mean,
see, that's a whole nother discussion. That's a whole nother discussion. But
I'm not bringing him if I'm Carolina.
So by the end of the year, is Matt Rule the head coach? If we sit down next year talking about the Panthers, 32-team breakdown, will they have a new head coach? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no. I think
they continue with Matt Rule.
I think they continue with Matt Rule. I think they're at 9-win team.
That's bold.
It's so
Sam.
See, it's very bold, but in the same aspect, I can see them trading for Jimmy Garoppolo because. Oh no, never mind. I'm sorry. I don't. I think they're gonna have a new head coach. I think they'll have a new head coach. I think they will.
Sorry, you just went.
I think they will.
So confident in the take. You're like, actually, you know what?
No,
they don't have a QB. There,
because I'm thinking about it. If they trade for Baker, the only way they trade for Baker is if they view him as their franchise quarterback for the future. I don't. I personally don't think Baker Mayfield's a franchise quarterback.
I neither do I, but I mean, if you I guess he was in the same situation, like with a great running back, a great wide receiver one.
Jimmy Garoppolo, he's another thing. I don't want the Panthers to take on a deal that they can't take on, you know?
I feel like Baker's better than Sam, obviously, and I think if they trade for Baker,
it's not obviously. Let's pump the brakes on that.
Okay.
Obviously, come on. Let's chill.
Well, I think Sam Darnold's like here, and Baker's like.
Whoa! You went quick with the hand jump, Keegan.
There's like 50 feet of dirt. Then there's Sam Darnold and the rest of the QBs.
Then
there's Baker somewhere in the below tiers.
Okay, so I put them both at like not bottom tier quarterbacks, but they're in that like below average.
Okay, yeah. I would put Darnold as like
they're on the same level.
An above backup QB.
I put him right there.
But I would put Baker as an average starter.
I can't get behind that. I can't get behind that personally, but that's just
now
me.
Thinking about that, that's pretty much the same thing. So I guess you're kind of right. I don't know. I think Baker has a better future. I'm not saying he will have a better future. I think he has. I think if you get Baker just younger and he's been better.
How you get him younger? How you get Baker younger?
Isn't he younger?
No, I think they're the same. No, I was just messing with you.
Were they taking the same draft back 1-1? No, they weren't. No, they weren't.
No. Who was the quarterback that went 1 that year?
I don't even know. Sam went 2018, and I think Baker was 2019.
Yeah. Baker's old.
Was Sam Darnold the same year?
Baker's 2 years older. Baker is 2 years older than Sam Darnold.
I'm stupid.
Wow.
What year was Baker drafted?
Baker's first year starting was 18. Sam Darnold's first year starting was 18.
What?
Were they in the same class?
No way when they went 1 and 2.
There's no way.
Oh, Baker didn't start that first year till late.
No, he started like week 3.
When Tyrod got the concussion.
Yeah, because that was a color rush game. That was gross.
Yeah, it was Thursday night game. They came back and won.
Oh my gosh. They were in the same draft class.
They went 1 and 2?
No, Saquon went 2. Darnold went 3.
Oh.
Wow.
Baker and Sam. Who were the QBs in that class?
We got Josh Allen went 7.
And so Sam and Baker went over him?
No other first round quarterbacks besides Lamar Jackson at 32.
Wow. You took Lamar at 32, but you took Baker at 1.
Last notable guy I got on here that I'm seeing in the 3rd round now, Mason Rudolph. Yeah, it wasn't a strong class outside those top 2. Baker and Sam are just kind of mid in my opinion. But last game of the year for the Panthers, who's playing quarterback? In your opinion, Matt Corral, Sam Darnold, PJ Walker.
They're gonna play Matt Corral because
who's that Cheeks kid from Elon?
Davis Cheek.
Davis
from Elon.
Cheek.
I have no idea how long he's been. He was just on the depth chart when I looked at it, and I was like,
oh, yeah. Undrafted,
okay.
Rookie free agent.
This guy's gonna win Rookie of the Year this year.
I love it.
Nah. Matt Corral is because they're going to be 17-0 and have the 1 seed, so they're going to bench, Sam not playing. They're going to be so good that they get a bye that they're going to start the backup.
Give me a final prediction. So I need
Week 18.
Last quarterback. QB. Give me a record prediction, and then, yeah.
Matt Corral starts Week 17. Record prediction. 4-12. Is that 4-12, 17 games? Yeah.
I'll go Matt Corral as
4-13.
4-13. I'll go Matt Corral as well. I'll put him at a 5 or 6 win team.
I'm talking about 8 or 9. Just give him 5 wins.
I know. I talking it out loud now.
I brought all your confidence down as a closet Panthers fan.
I'm still a closet Panthers fan. I won't lie to you. I'm riding with them
because we have a really good first team, so
that's all that matters.
You just enjoy the Panthers.
That's all it is.
Just enjoy C-Mac and Jeremy Chin.
Bold take. The Panthers are either going to finish dead last in their division, or they're going to win their division.
They're not going to win the division. If they win the division,
bold take.
They still got Luke Kuechly, bro, because they ain't win. Imagine Luke Kuechly with this defense. I really only brought that up, but
that'd have been nice. That'd have been nice.
He was a dog.
But Keegan, longer podcast. I know we don't really.
How long was it, bro?
We're at 27 minutes. This was absolutely amazing.
Man, I was thinking, we're talking Panthers QB1, a little quick podcast.
No. I knew this was going to be like a 20, 30-minute podcast.
Got to hit on every QB, breaking down the situation. I love it, though.
We're next week, we'll talk the Browns quarterback situation. Maybe this is kind of the new series. We kind of get into positional breakdown battles. Situation. I can get down with that.
I love it.
But Keegan, got anything else?
No, we might need new mics. This one's kind of making me mad.
This guy, golly. Make sure you check us out on Instagram, Twitter,
YouTube,
TikTok, everything.
Bad at looking this way. I don't think I look this way like more than twice.
I'm just looking at Carter over there, man. In the mic.
That's what I try to do when I sit there. I try to sit there because everyone be looking at me. I'm like over there. I'm like, it's gonna look so off on the camera.
So weird. But no, Keegan. Again, make sure you check us out. We out.
We're out.
Peace.